Good morning, everyone. I'm sorry I couldn't be there today in person, but this will just have to do. Feel free to ask me any questions as I'll be following along on the Twitter feed. So throughout the presentation, if you have any questions, feel free to type them in and I will do my best to answer them. Now, without further ado, I will be talking to you this morning about interactivity and interactivity on social media. So, the what and the who. Interactivity is simply to engage in discussion with someone else. Groundbreaking, right? It isn't particularly a new concept. What is new, however, is the method of interaction. Traditionally, interaction is between customers or clients and the businesses who serve them. These interactions would have been face-to-face or even over the phone. Now, with the many social media platforms at our disposal, oftentimes we don't even have to speak to anyone in the traditional sense. A quick tweet to your cell phone provider asking if service is down will often yield a quick reply. And the who. The way I see it is it works in three ways. Companies often use social media as a way to interact and initiate discussion with their clients. This is provider-to-consumer interaction. Clients provide feedback to companies regarding their services or their products. Essentially, the consumer lets the provider know if they're happy or sad or angry with the business's performance. This is consumer-to-provider interaction. And now, a social media platform like LinkedIn is especially unique in that it encourages interactivity between businesses and their representatives. The connections made through LinkedIn almost certainly outnumber the amount of interactions you have in a corporate environment on any sort of regular basis. This would be provider to provider. So that means we have people talking to businesses, businesses talking to people, and businesses talking to businesses. Now, when and where does this interaction happen? Well, my friend Shakira here said it best. Whenever, wherever. The reality is we are no longer restricted to the 9-to-5 phone call or Monday to Friday visit. It would be a stretch to expect an immediate response from a tweet at 10:15 p.m., but we can certainly communicate our messages to them at any time, providing that we have an internet connection, of course. So why is it important to interact on social media? Well, simply because we can. It's clear that social media is a part of everyday life. As long as it's used respectfully, it's in everybody's best interest to utilize social media to its fullest extent, and that includes interacting with each other. Also, because it's free information. Businesses depend on information to provide the best service, products, and content to the public. By engaging people, they are essentially soliciting valuable information which will help them grow as a business. And also because it encourages relationships. Companies can develop an image, an attitude, and a presence throughout interacting with the public. They can tailor their online personality to suit their target customer base, while consumers can attach themselves to companies who share or exhibit similar values or character traits that they can relate to. So let's take a quick look at social media interaction in real life. So provider to provider. Professional sports teams, for example, will frequently tweet out challenges or trash talk with other teams. This also encourages their fan bases to get involved, as well as establishing rapport with their customers. They prove to them that they truly do hate their opponents just as much as the customers do. Now, provider to provider, or even to consumer, would be Bell Let's Talk Day. That's why it's kind of floating around in the middle. On Tuesday, 5 cents was donated to mental health initiatives for every tweet with the hashtag Bell Let's Talk. 5 cents was also donated for every text sent by a Bell customer. It's provider to provider, as Bell is supporting mental health organizations, and they also involve their customers in the cause, so provider to consumer. Another provider to consumer example would be the Discovery Channel. Every year they have a Shark Week, and this year they came up with a Shark Week quiz. Which shark are you? And this was designed to determine the amount of fan interest and engagement in their popular Shark Week. Starbucks as well takes part in social media interaction, and they'll post a survey on Facebook asking, can you wait to try the new ripened peach tea latte in celebration of Chinese New Year? And that is a real thing, by the way. But at the end of the day, they count up the likes they receive and review the comments, and they'll use that to determine if this is a promotion worth repeating. And in the consumer to provider category, a few months ago, Rogers suffered a network blackout. So all Rogers clients received a one-day rebate, largely because of social media. Before, those who would take the time to call and wait on hold for 2 or 3 hours would have received a reduction on their bill. But because of social media and the spread of information, including the outage and the problems that their customers were having, they had no choice but to refund everybody. Everybody at some point knew about it. So from a PR perspective, they didn't have any choice but to offer a rebate to all of their customers. And here's how you can find out more about interactivity on social media. There's a wealth of information and numerous videos that you can find on Google. Simply search social media interaction. And you can also search the hashtag social media on Twitter and find out all about social media and see interactivity actually in action. In closing, it's paramount for organizations like the ones with whom we will be working to create a social media plan to interact with their clients and the general public at large. By initiating discussion and giving people something to talk about, their brand recognition grows and their connection to the community grows. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to any of your questions.